This is an intercultural exchange and an intercontinent experience. FANTASTICRADIOUK, home of possibilities.
Welcome to Fantastic Radio UK. I'm here with the founder and director of Fantastic Radio itself, and I would like to introduce you to Kojo Bonti-Amoako. My name is Simone, and I'm here to actually pick this genius's brain and find out a bit more how this all began. Really, what is Fantastic Radio? What does it do? What does it represent? What do you want to deliver to your audience?
Thank you for asking this question. 12 years ago, I came in contact with flying from Johannesburg into England, and I've gone to Johannesburg coming through Ghana into England, and I have met this woman who runs her shop in South London, and we were having a conversation, and she was talking about how business was difficult and all the rest of it, and she really talked about not having people coming into her shop. So off the cuff, I said, so would you spend money if a radio station came to you to advertise or spend some money with them? Would you be? He said, yeah, I'll be interested. I said, okay, right. So 10 years ago, myself and my partner at the time, we ran a business and we launched a radio station. But what happened was, same time, I went through a personal challenge and I had to sort of take a backseat. So we had launched the station, we were doing a test transmission, and we're just about to launch it on satellite and go DAB across London. And I had a personal challenge which I went through. So I took a backseat, sold the business. And about a year ago, I decided, look, this is something I really enjoy. I want to do that. But I don't want to do the usual radio. I don't want to do just radio where we come in, we play music and we dance and sweat and go away. It's all lovely. It's amazing. I've been there, I listen and all the rest of it. But I felt that what can we do with a platform like this that would add value to people's lives? So essentially what we want to do is to be able to create a platform where we create a home of people's possibilities. I tend to think that people walk through life with dreams and hopes, and they are consistently looking at triggers and ideas and things they can do to be able to manifest and realize their own possibilities. And what I want to use Fantastic Radio to do is to create a home of people's possibilities. So then again, the young child who is going to university, who is not too sure what he's going to do or what he's going to say in university, he comes through and he listens to people like Simone or Shadi Anderson or Patrick Walker or whoever. They quickly enjoy the music, but the rhetoric and the conversation and the narrative is very different. It's very much to do with giving them that step or helping them to find a step. As Carol Pike would say, find your rhythm, find your rhythm in what you do. So that's what we want to be able to create a platform.
Wonderful. That
would create a home for people's possibilities.
Good. I've often also heard you describe this experience or this journey as Afropolitanism or cosmopolitanism. And what does those actually mean or look like?
I remember the last time I said it, you said to me, these are big words.
They are big words.
Okay, moving on right along. Right. What Fantastic Radio really intends to do is to create a home for people who like to experience what I call the Afropolitan lifestyle. The Afropolitan lifestyle is a journey of the African, Caribbean, the Latino, the Cuban, and everybody in between who likes the culture of these people whose skin has been kissed with the sun and has some kind of connectivity to it. Because as a people who came from the island or came from the continent, have this story that speaks of survival, of moving forward, finding different ways, and consistently ducking and diving and being able to not find themselves as victims, but as victors. And Afropolitanism is very much to do with a cosmopolitan lifestyle, which is translated through the African experience.
This is just not speaking of modern day living.
Right.
You're talking about also generational stories.
Interesting.
And narrative that has formed who we are today.
You are correct. You are absolutely correct. So then again, we go back to our forefathers, our grandfathers, and our mothers and sisters, our mothers who came here and worked through the National Health Service and drove the buses, drove the trains, and some of them are not currently in good health. Right, and we want to be able to extend their stories and be able to tell their stories. Bringing my grandfather in, or bringing your auntie in, who is say 65 or 85, and she's sitting down and telling you what happened when they came in 1952 or when they came in 1969. But not just the story of when they came and how they were not liked, but how it was like when they liked themselves. Reminiscing of the Caribbean, or reminiscing of Ghana or Gambia or Senegal or in Cuba or Portugal when they came into England, and how they found the place and how they enjoy the place. So it's not just limited to a particular grouping as in a particular age, but cutting across from say 25 to 75 as the audience where we're looking at reaching.
And this is where it serves also the young generation as well, giving them a sense of identity.
Certainly.
You know, by seeing and retracing steps of the forefathers and
you are
parents.
absolutely correct.
And also showing that kind of resilience, really.
I like that word. I like that word.
Absolutely. You know, bringing that resilience to the forefront, really, in themselves.
Correct.
So they can actually realise their own, as you say, possibilities and create
You
their
are
own
correct.
narrative
Thank
and
you.
story.
You are correct.
You also mentioned something called radio economics. What is that?
Radio economics, you see, I tend to fly around with a lot of English words. Radio economics is really about the economics of radio. Because you can't do any effective radio without talking about the economics of it, because it takes money to put it on Sky. It takes money to put it on DAB. It takes money to put it on FM. So I think at the time when we're talking, it's about the programming on the station has to reflect the economics. So then we would have to be able to tell stories. We would have to be able to bring content that brings value, and from that value, people finds it important to tune in. Then it creates that it creates that economy for us to be able to sell through and be able to engage. So it's not just about just people spending money with us, but it's about creating value. And when the value is created, from there you are able to get people to participate, and from that participation you get the advertisers or the sponsors to get involved and be able to do effective business. So that's essentially, for me, radio economy, what it is.
Okay, well, without trying to plug or sell anything or impose that, but I do need to actually explain your services.
Right,
you know,
right.
what this brand actually encompasses. So I'm just going to quickly list them, and it might resonate or make more sense to those people with the technical agility on in this industry itself. But of course, Fantastic Radio, of course, you do the music, you deliver music, you do broadcast public relations, you do co-promotions, so that could be co-sponsorship or partnership.
You are
with other
correct,
brands.
yes.
Creative audio production, digital marketing, drive to phone, text and web.
Right,
I mean, you might be able to explain that more. Fantastic mixtures, again, bespoking packages of your business services to tailor whatever your client might come to you.
You know,
with.
when it comes to the mixtures, it's very much what we call the amplification of marketing, because the thing is, advertising is brilliant. Advertising is amazing. I'm a great advocate of it. However, advertising has to have an agenda. It has to really solve a problem. And if it's advertising, it's not solving a problem. It's just really taking people for granted. And I find it very condescending, very disrespectful. So it's about we getting the right clients, working with the clients, and making sure that, look, this is what we're looking at sharing with our clients. Do you share the value? If you don't share the value, I understand that. But if you do, come along, let's go create magic.
Good. You have a few sister companies or under this umbrella of Fantastic brand.
Yes.
Like you say, you know, you're hopefully solving,
right,
or bringing solutions to different areas. So of course, you know, they've got the music side, Fantastic Radio. Also, we'll have Fantastic Dating, which will encompass some events, external events. So everyone's just going to be. Not everyone's just going to be sort of sat isolated within a studio and delivering. You're actually going to come out and meet and find people and
I love
connect.
that you brought it up. Thank you for bringing that up, because see, as I said, it's about a lifestyle, and within the audience, there are different strands of needs and challenges and stages at which people are operating. There are those who are married, there are those who are married, there are those who are looking at getting married, there are those who are married but looking at refreshing or rejuvenating their marriage. There are those in business, those who intend to go into business, those who do not want to go into business. All of us cannot or all of us would not remortgage our whatever to start a business. All of us are not going to go to the bank and take money. There are people who are working in corporations and they would want to listen to us. So we can't just be piping some kind of content saying that, oh, you have to also go sell your house or go and take loans and start a business. No, there are people from different walks of life. So we're looking at the dating side. We're looking at the Fantastic Shop. We are looking at events for young people, bringing parents together and creating what I call the education of a child. Sitting parents down, talking about photo reading, talking about speed reading, how to prepare for 11 plus. How do you get your way into the grammar schools? How do you get into the private schools? What do you do to get in there? So then we are talking music, right? But we are also tapping into the lifestyle and being able to solve a problem and adding value to that. So all these other products and strands and other activities that we are looking at doing is going to help in telling a story, as Carol Pike would say.
Carol Pike, yes, wonderful woman. We'll hear more about her, I'm sure,
we will have
throughout
to hear more about
this
her.
journey. Yes. Okay, so expanding on what you've just said, of course, there'll be the Fantastic Academy, which will be internships and training and education side.
With that, we're creating a pipeline. Because again, there are people who are looking at getting into the radio market or the radio industry, and they are looking at how best they can step into the radio landscape and be able to develop a skill and speak in public and all that. Some will come through for the training and not work on the radio. Some will come through and decide to go and work with a particular radio station. But what we want to do is to create a platform that those who will come in, listen, train with us. I've got people who are going to come in, train with us, and after the training, we get them certificated. If they want to work with us, fine. If they don't want to work with us, I get it. But they will have something else to add to their bow, or it's just a string to their bow. That's correct. That they can move on to what they want to do in terms of radio, television, or whatever. So the Fantastic Radio Academy will cater for that. And as I mentioned to you the other time, it's something we're going to look at in October, leading to the launch, where we can add that trained personalities to join us as we go.
You read my mind. So October. No, not October.
November.
We have November.
That's correct, yes.
And there's a major event taking place with this brand.
Yes.
And you're actually going to launch completely. Expose yourself out to the marketplace.
Just getting on with it. Just making it happen. Just getting on with it.
Make those connections.
Yes.
But of course, these conversations now is about just getting people familiar with who you are, what you represent, and what the ultimate aim is. So of course, it's the beginning. The full launch will start in November 2020. And there's exciting times ahead.
I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, there's a heap of things that we're looking at. We're going to get into the African Caribbean old people's home and spend time with them. So
this will be Fantastic Care. Is this what you?
The Fantastic Care. Thank you.
Outreach.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So Fantastic Care is very much spending time with the African Caribbean old, matured citizens, right? And spending time with them and reminiscing of what happened in Grenada, what happened in Jamaica, what happened in Ghana. They wearing their best clothes and coming and spending time with us. Some of them would want to sing some Harry Belafonte. We want to talk about some old songs of Bob Marley, talk about some good songs from Ghana, Nigeria, and all that. Bring them together. Let's spend some time, black tie event, and let's have our grandfathers, our uncles, spend some moment. It's one of our major activities that we'll do as part of our launch. Then from there, we will do sort of a gathering where we do a press release, a press conference where we get people, the media, to come through, get to know us, see what we are doing. Then we will go in and have a party. I
hope I'm invited.
Well, I'll try and get you an invitation.
Don't try, just make it happen.
I will try and get you an invitation. So we'll do that, go and have fun. But apart from that, on the Monday, we'll get everybody lined up. We'll get the broadcasting going. We will start first broadcasting online. Then from there, we'll go on satellite, as on Sky platform. Then we go on DAB by 2021 ending, so that the station will be live and up there, and the people will be able to access us and enjoy us.
Wonderful. So you've mentioned briefly about the brand's footprint. Right. So you exist on Facebook, you exist on Twitter, Instagram, TuneIn.
Yes.
Online, which is www.fantasticradio.co.uk.
I appreciate that.
On emails, if people need to use that conventional communication, then
Yes.
hello@fantasticradio.co.uk.
That's correct.
Have I missed anything?
You've missed two things.
Oh,
You've missed
I'm not
two
doing my
things.
job.
Just two
Sorry.
things. The first one is people can access the station on the station's app. So they go to iTunes and they can download the app Fantastic Radio UK, or they go to Google Play and they can download our app and they can listen to us. And what you have not forgotten is that thank you very, very much for this conversation.
Thank
I've
you.
enjoyed it, and thank you so very much.
Much appreciated. That was Kojo Bonti-Amoako, founder and director of Fantastic Radio UK. My name's Simone. Thank you for listening.
This is an intercultural exchange and an intercontinent experience. FantasticRadio.co.uk, home of possibilities.